Yeah. It's Chris. I have, like, 1,000,000 subscribers. What do you have? 6? What do you have? Do you have 6 subscribers? I bet you have 6 or 7. I bet you not even 12 or more than that. I bet you have 6 put together. Mr. G Movie Reviews. Let's Talk Movies. Oh, we have 6 subscribers. And I have 1,000,000.
I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is.
Yeah, Flatliners is next. I did not like Flatliners. I was looking forward to it because I thought the trailer was hysterical.
Did you see a white light? It was more like pure energy.
Yeah, fucking Diego Goofy Luna with his stupid mullet. You're not Kevin Bacon, Diego Luna. You're not.
Yaba. I've always wanted to touch him. Like the texture of Yaba is something I need to discover. Yaba. Yaba, I want to touch Yaba.
Yaba. Oh, I have to touch Yaba. Oh, it's not the Mexico I know. It's the Mexico I love. I am Diego Luna. Oh. Not fucking Scarface, by the way. This movie, I saw the original a couple months before this came out, and it was really good. Directed by Joel Schumacher. You get really career best performances out of Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon, Oliver Platt, Julia Roberts is really good, and Billy Baldwin. Really awesome movie visually, and this movie's really bland, and it's very, very boring and very, very dull, and just I wanted it to end really quickly. And then as soon as they're running out of ideas because they're guilty, they're seeing ghosts of like guilty things they have in their conscious. It's really fucking dumb. And like this red-haired guy in the movie, he told this girl to get an abortion, and at the end of the movie, I'm spoiling it. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna watch it. He sees the girl he dumped, and she looks like total bitch face on. She's like, and she has a little boy. I wonder whose little boy that is. It's fucking Ginger Kid. Today's a good day to die.
It's a good day to die.
Yeah, that fucking guy in the trailer. Ellen Page, I fucking love that girl. I saw the trailer and she said this.
Do you want to have fun with me later?
And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Why? I know she goes the other way, but I don't care. She's cool. She's all, you know what I mean. Yeah, I deserve to get castrated for that joke. She's like the best part of the movie, but she gets killed off halfway through. And then when Nina Dobrev is the second best performance in this movie, you know it's fucking bad. All right, you can't even get great performances out of Kiefer Sutherland or Yaba, Mr. Diego Luna. Well, he's never good, so I just wanted to say that name again.
Yaba, I want to touch Yaba.
Yeah, so just skip fucking Flatliners, please.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
Yeah, I didn't like Darren Aronofsky's Mother. Yeah, I was really looking forward to it too, and it was colossally disappointing. I love Jennifer Lawrence, and she's the best thing about this movie, but there's only so much I can watch, of her just getting annoyed for like almost 2 hours. It's like people just don't give a shit about her in this movie. They're just painting her walls and calling her a cunt and sitting on her sink. I get all the Jesus metaphors and all the symbolism, all the God symbolism, and she's Mother Earth and Javier Bardem's God. I don't care, all right? It's really pretentious. And then Darren Aronofsky, after people were like, oh, this movie's really funny, he's like, oh, well, you can see it as a comedy if you want. I'm like, no, it's not a fucking comedy. It is sometimes, but not intentionally. Shut up, Darren. Go back to doing things like fucking the Wrestler and Requiem for a Dream. I have no idea why I'm doing that with my arms. This movie is bad when by the time Kristen Wiig comes into this movie, I wasn't even annoyed. I was already annoyed by everything else. Yeah, and Ed Harris was really good when he wasn't coughing. And then by the time Michelle Pfeiffer comes in, I was just like, oh, jeez. Shut up, Darren. Here I go again with the arms. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Not a fan of Darren Aronofsky's Mother! Yeah, Mother! Next up is Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle Jerk, and yeah, I was not a fan of this. It was like Men in Black 2, like almost exactly. I really enjoyed the first Kingsman, The Golden Circle Jerk, the first one, The Secret Service. The best part of the first movie was Samuel Jackson as the villain.
It feels good, right?
No, it does not feel good. It feels fucking awful.
What?
I mean, he's the best. This movie was just completely rushed. They brought Colin Firth back, who died in the first movie. They didn't need to bring him back a la Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black 2. The action wasn't nearly as exciting. The villains were shit. Julianne Moore plays this a bitch. She plays such a megalomaniacal. Why did I try saying that word again?
Jabba, I want to touch Jabba.
Julianne Moore out of nowhere is like just the head of like all drugs ever. She controls all the drugs in the world, so she taints them with this virus, and it turns you into one of the members of the Blue Man Group. It's really weird. This movie sort of has like an anti-drug message too. It's weird with that. It's like, yeah, don't do weed, otherwise Julianne Moore will kill you with her virus. It never explained why she's just the head villain now. It seems like a Bond movie, but in like the worst way. And like since Samuel Jackson died in the first movie, just seems like Julianne Moore just literally picked up his mantle and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do what he did, but worse, because I'm a woman.
Suck my dick! Shame on you! Shame on you!
I'm joking. Yeah, she was a really shitty villain. I mean, there was one scene in the beginning with her and the villain from Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London. I Have No Life. Yeah, she just murders that guy in a meat grinder, and then the guy who kills him has to eat him in a burger. So he's having the Agent Cody 2 Banks villain in a burger. He's eating a human burger. What? And then you have Elton John. That's another thing. Julianne Moore just steals Elton John for no reason. And you have the Rocket Man himself in this movie, and you don't even give him a goddamn rocket launcher? Matthew Vaughn, I thought you were smarter than that. Maniacal. Fuck this movie. The Florida Project. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the Florida Project. In fact, fuck the Florida Project. I'm not a huge fan of this director. This guy directed Tangerine. Sean Baker directed this. Not a fan of Tangerine. I get why people like it. I just didn't find it as funny or as innovative as everyone else thought. Yeah, the movie was shot on an iPhone. Fantastic. I could barely tell. Good for you. The rest of the movie wasn't very special to me. I mean, the majority of that movie just had characters yelling all the time. And I know I yell a lot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for hurting your ears. But they yell a lot in Sean Baker movies. All right? And most of Tangerine was just them, a bunch of prostitutes yelling all the time. And it was just annoying. And then the latter half of that movie, you have a cab driver. And then his mother-in-law is just yelling, but in like foreign language. It's just nightmare to me, the last half of that movie. And then this movie comes, and most of this movie doesn't even tell a story. It's just showing us the lives of these little kids who aren't very likable and aren't very interesting. They're just poor. It's, at least American Honey, which was also a great film about poverty in America. The characters weren't like absolutely horrible people, and I'm not calling these little kids horrible people. I'm just saying like there isn't much happening in this movie until like the last 45 minutes where the mother becomes a full-on prostitute. And I think the performance of the mother is the most lived-in performance of the film, because I think she's a non-actor to begin with, and I think she did a very good job and very convincing, especially near the end. And I've heard people say, oh, you hate the mother character. I don't really hate her. I think she's pretty empathetic. I think the performance sells it. I think the director shows plenty of potential, but I just think by the end, and especially the last scene of the film, it just came off as very aimless to me. And again, this movie just has a bunch of characters screaming 90% of the time. And yeah, I get it, it's about kids scream, but there's not much to it, all right? It's just, it wasn't for me. I wished more was going on in this film. It felt like a blatant, like, Larry Clark, Harmony Korine, like, rip-off movie. Like, it felt like Kids and Bully and Spring Breakers all meshed up into one, but just throw in the Rugrats. I don't really think Willem Dafoe deserves all the Oscar buzz. I think he's very good in the film, but it's just not an Oscar caliber performance, especially from some other performances, which I'll talk about in the future. You see, it wasn't a hateful rant about the Florida Project. I'm just not a fan, alright? So, take it easy on me. Fuck the Florida Project! The next shitty movie I want to talk about, ooh, my paraphernalia. Kidnap, starring, Halle Berry. And yeah, you should definitely grab some paraphernalia if you're gonna watch that shit. Yeah, the funny thing about this movie is that Halle Berry is actually acting her ass off in it. And she did the same thing in that movie, The Call. I thought she was better in this movie, but The Call was a better movie. Even though that was also schlocky, but like in a good way. That movie was like way more, like, better directed. And I'm doing that shit with my arms again, aren't I? I hate doing that. It's not like I'm on like a hammock or something. It's like I don't have an excuse to do that with my arms.
I'm angry.
Yeah, she's just, like, surprisingly great in this movie, and, you know, she kind of just reminds us, oh, that's why I'm Academy Award winner, Halle Berry. Alright, you didn't have to prove it in fucking Kidnap.
It was just like an explosion all at once, and...
Like a Woody Allen movie.
I was just expressing a healthy sexual curiosity.
Oh my god, I'm being penetrated!
Yeah, this is seriously one of the, like, most unintentionally hysterical movies of the year. Definitely give it a watch. Next movie I'm talking about, The Dark Tower! Everyone was looking forward to this, right?
I do not kill with my gun. I kill with my heart.
Fuck you, Idris. God, no. Yeah, this movie was dead on arrival. This was bad. I mean, everyone's trying in it. Surprisingly, the main kid in it is the best part, and I want to see him in more movies, just because of this scene.
So when's the apocalypse coming?
Come on, man, just give me my book.
What's wrong? Meds stop working?
Hey! Give me my book! No!
Hey! That is enough, Chambers.
I need my book.
It's just like, this scene came out of fucking nowhere. I want you guys to understand this. I watched this movie because of this clip. Out of nowhere, this woke me up. I was just like, what the fuck? You don't see that in movies ever. Like, the kid just knocking the bully out, and it's that asshole from It. You know, Henry Bowers, the kid who's like, yo, my dad's drunk, so I'm gonna kill a cat. Yeah, I'm glad this motherfucker punched you. Asshole, don't touch his book.
Come with me, Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see what we have here now. You know the ride or die. La, da, 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 da.
In Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Do it right, boy. Hype boy. Man, why you such a hype boy? Hype. Why you always talk about being black? Being skin too white. Nigga, fuck that. Nigga, fuck everything you